Hello, everyone. The Dolphins have won 4 of their last 5, but for some reason, it still doesn't feel very good to be a Dolphins fan. There was a lot of ups and downs in this one against the New Orleans Saints in Miami, where I feel like we should have dominated this game, and for a large portion of the game, we did dominate this one. But then, oh baby, things just came back to bite us as they always do. We're going to get into it here. Reactions to the Dolphins' 21-17 victory over the Saints, and a little bit of reaction to the season as a whole. So let's get into that intro, and then we'll get right back to it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the chat and of the viewership who are not chatting. I am, of course, Anthony Pinzone. This is Josh, a.k.a. Aqua Ace, and you are listening to the 305 Gridiron, a podcast about the Miami Dolphins for now. We love our Dolphins, but they sure as shit do not like us. It's been a while since we talked, though, Josh. I mean, we pre-recorded last week because of the Thanksgiving holiday. So we haven't seen you lovely people live in a hot second, probably about a week and a half now. So good to see the friendly faces in the chat. I see you, Kosa and Gator and Abel.
Hey.
How you guys doing, man? How was your holiday?
Put it in the chat. What was your favorite
recovered
dish
yet from the holiday?
Yes. Have you recovered yet? Let us know. Let us know how the
still on a turkey
doing.
high, or is ham more your thing? Like, let us know in the chat. We really wanted to have that conversation live too, but I mean,
I'm sorry.
Was recording on Thanksgiving.
We apologize ahead of time.
But we have a game to talk about too, Josh. Of course, we have Thanksgiving that we could dive into a little bit if we wanted to. We have a giveaway to talk about here in a second. We have the Dolphins' victory over the New Orleans Saints. We've actually won 4 of the last 5. That's a feather in your cap.
That's amazing. Yes,
it's incredible. It's incredible where we've come from the start of the season to now. A lot of the team is playing way better, and we'll talk about that, as the show goes on. First, we got to welcome the Mad Greek into the show. Welcome in, Finn Spin, a.k.a. the Mad Greek.
There he is, from over the pond, somewhere very secretive.
So first of all, Thanksgiving. Yeah, the Thanksgiving games, we did actually talk about those. First time we've talked non-Dolphins football in a while. I thought the games were fantastic, except for the night game, which ended up being a blowout in Cincinnati's favor. Who knew?
I honestly did not see that coming.
I'm way scared of the Bengals now. We have them coming
Joe
up
Burrow,
in 2 weeks. Yeah.
I mean, I called the Dallas game.
Yeah.
I mean, that was I thought
Dallas took it to the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
The first game was the best, exactly how we called it. I said Lions-Packers is going to be the best one.
Yeah, hands down.
And it was easily the best game.
Yep.
What a game to start the holiday to. 1 p.m. Eastern for those of us on the East Coast. I think that's 10 a.m. on the West Coast. So a great day of football. And then we had a Friday game too, and then Sunday and Monday as well. So there's a game going on probably right after we're done recording this. Holy crap, there's a lot of football on Thanksgiving weekend.
I love it, dude. I absolutely love it. It's not only my favorite holiday because I'm a foodie, I'm a chef by trade. I know how to cook and took some schooling in it. But football, man, it's amazing. I absolutely love this time of year. And since we're not talking about Dolphins football right now, I have got to pause a minute and shout out my favorite MLS team, Inter Miami, for beating New York City FC 5-1, making it to the MLS finals for the very first time in franchise history. It is absolutely amazing to see what this team has done in its six years out. I've been a fan since day one. And I'm just really, really proud of this team. So just wanted to shout them out. It's a big, we play the Vancouver Whitecaps, and hopefully it's another blowout.
Shout out to Inter Miami. I know absolutely nothing about soccer, but I'll support my boy Josh and whatever the heck he's rooting for. Oh, he's over there. My bad. But yeah, shout out to them. And they're playing Vancouver, you said? So they're playing a Canadian team.
Yeah, come on. Get out of here, Kosa.
Get
the hell out of here.
A guy named Kosa rooting for Vancouver. That's funny.
I do not accept this.
That's funny. Yeah, let's take a look. Gator was a big fan of the Lions
Yeah.
Packers game as well. Thanksgiving holiday was great for Costa. There was a lot of good football. Even like the Bengals Ravens was good for the first half, and before Joey and company started just absolutely taking over. Yeah, Finn. Unfortunately, Cincinnati game isn't behind us yet. It's in front of us, and that's the scary part.
Yeah,
That's the scary part. But yeah, we're going to talk about Saints Dolphins first, though. But first, we have to talk about the giveaway, man. So we did not make it to our fan challenge of 100 subscribers by the end of Thanksgiving. But because we weren't live, and that's where we typically pick up the majority of our subscriptions is through live viewership. We are going to go ahead and do the giveaway anyway. So 99 subscribers. A huge congratulations to us. A huge congratulations to the chat. We love you guys who are here like every single week. Just
hell yes.
I heard Finn's fan saying it on his game recap, and I could not express enough gratitude either. For those of you who are here every single week, helping us out, grow our channel, and helping us, just have somebody to talk to other than each other, and talking Dolphins football. And of course, we hope that your channels grow as well. For those of you who have them, Finn, Spin, and Jorge, both with fantastic channels too.
Yes.
So
we were one short,
but we're still going to We're still going to do the giveaway. We're going to do it randomly. We're going to choose from our irregulars, though. We're not doing the whole shebang. We have you guys on paper. We know who you are. If you're here on a regular or semi-regular basis, your name is in the hat. We will do a random spinner, and then one of you will win a Miami Dolphins focused prize. So once that prize is announced on the next episode, you'll see our Gmail is now in our description to our videos. So just reach out to us via that email address, and Josh will get your address and all that other stuff, and shoot you over the prize. So can't wait to do that. And of course, our next goal, Josh.
Yes, this is the big one. And this, if we hit this, it's not just we will include every single person that has subscribed to the channel.
Yes, our next goal, 150 subs by February 11th. So we have 2 months and 11 days.
Yes,
to hit this goal, we have to get 51 more subs in 2 months and 11 days. It is a lofty goal.
Yes,
for a small channel.
Lofty goal.
Dedicated.
And the prize may or may not be. So I've been told through the grapevine, a Miami Dolphins jersey. I'm just saying.
Through the grapevine of his mind.
Of my mind. Yes.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about this game a little bit. all the admin aside, thank you all for being here. Let's talk Dolphins Saints, a game that started off incredibly well for Miami. In fact, at halftime, I told my family that I don't even think I was going to watch the second half because I was back over at my parents' house for the day. And I was like, well, 16-0. We've dominated this game. The Saints had like 45 yards of total offense at halftime. I was like, that's it. I think, we did what we were supposed to do in this game. Yeah, it would have been nice to get a bunch of touchdowns instead of field goals, but whatever. We got it. Wow, was I wrong? The second half, Dolphins showed up again, buddy. And by showed up,
didn't show up.
Didn't show up. I think they left the majority of the team in the locker room.
Yeah, I mean, at least the offensive side of the ball, outside of Achane.
Yeah. Offense. I mean, defense led up the Saints' opening second half drive, went right down the field for a touchdown. That was disappointing to see. I couldn't agree with this more. It was exactly a copy paste of the Spain game. The only difference is we didn't go to overtime, but we were damn close to going to overtime. They get the onside kick at the end of the game.
Yeah, what was that?
Insanity.
What was Nick Westbrook-Achane doing?
Apparently, he was allergic to footballs.
I mean, how do you're
which
on
would
the
explain
hands
his
team.
season.
How are you? No kidding. How are you actively jumping out of the way when you're on the hands team on an onside? You're like, what are you doing, dude?
The only thing I could think of is they didn't want to accidentally touch it because then if he touches it, it's a live ball.
I get it, but they got the. It
ended up touching somebody else. I think it was Cameron Good or something, and barely swiped against his knee, or that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. Yeah, Abel says those good old second half adjustments coming in.
No kidding, Abel.
It was Minkah's best game as a Finn. Minkah.
I'm going to take it a step further. I think this was Minkah's best game,
and it was lights out in this game. Absolutely lights out in this game. It was so good to see because Minkah deserves it, dude. The dude,
Jesus, he deserves so much that we're not giving him.
he's such a good player. He's a little, he's not as good as Myles Garrett, obviously. So don't take it with me saying he's. But I'm just like comparing to Myles' situation. He's just stuck on bad teams his whole career, and he's been playing well his whole career. But yeah, unfortunate. So let's talk instant reactions here. I know, it's the next day here. How are we feeling overall about? I don't know. I mean, this win, the fact that we won 4 of the last 5, like, does the way that we win it affect how you feel about the position of the team so far?
See, it's hard, right? Because we talk about this a lot. As a fan, I don't care how a win's a win, whether you win by half a point or whether you win by 78 points. I mean, a win's a win. But the other side of my brain is like, okay, it's how you win. What did you do to win? Or rather, what didn't you do to win? And I find myself really seesawing back and forth with this team. And that's been kind of the epitome of this whole season, because there are games where Tua, for example, looks like barely a high school level quarterback. And then there are games where you see him put it together, like the Bills game, and you're like, okay, there he is. Where the hell have you been? And then we see everything in between. And we see games with Mike McDaniel where he's calling on, he's sticking to the run. He's feeding his hot players. He's rolling with the punches. He's making in-game adjustments. And you're like, okay, here we go. This is it. This is him. He's back. And then, no, he's not. Just kidding. He forgot how to coach. And it's tough. For me, I'm enjoying the wins. I'm enjoying this season as much as I can. I'm taking the victories where I can get them. Because to me, nothing that happens, even if we, for whatever reason, run the table, make the playoffs, unless we get a playoff win, then I might adjust my mentality. But we're so far still removed from even, I mean, I know we still have a chance, but so many things have to happen. To me, nothing that happens, good, bad, or indifferent, changes my outlook of what I think should happen at the end of the season, which is we need to rip this thing down to a stud. Tua is not a quarterback anymore that I want to see on our team. Even if he is here next year, I still want to see us make some moves and so on and so forth. So, yeah, okay, cool. We won against the Saints barely. I'm not trying to shit on a win. Hey, it's a win's a win, right? Let's be excited about it for what it is. Yeah. There are some positives. There are some silver linings to all of this from a winning standpoint. It's showing Mike McDaniel and by extension, Weaver still have the locker room after a very rocky start, and all of the ins and outs and ups and downs that this team has gone through at various positions. These players still believe in the message, still believe in the coaching staff, and are still playing. And I understand, well, they're getting paid to play. Yeah, sure. However, they are still putting their bodies on the line and playing hard. This defense has been playing very well as of late. I think we're like a top 5 defense in the NFL over the last 5 weeks on average. So, there's some good things to look at. Player evaluations have been great for me. Even in losses, I get to look at players and identify who I think are foundational pieces for this roster. Players that I think are no longer foundational pieces that I thought were foundational pieces, players I want to resign and not resign, and so on and so forth. So there's always something to look at and watching these kind of games. For the Saints game, I mean, there was some good, but there was a lot of head scratching shit that happened that I'm just like, what is going on here, guys? Like, what are we doing?
I'm kind of in the same boat. I don't know where to exist as a fan right now, because I just don't have the confidence that Ross is going to look at this objectively, even at the end of the season. I think he's going to do the same thing he did last year and say, "Oh, I know we started 1-7, but we won like 8 of our last 9, so we're going to keep these guys together." And I'm a fan of consistency, but that doesn't mean you should accept the status quo. Bullshit, bro. Like this whole season has been status quo. It's just. And I don't know where to even conceptualize what I want at this point, because I want to win. I love watching wins better than I love watching losses. There's no doubt about that. But then you look at the wins, and we barely beat Marcus Mariota. We barely beat Tyler Shuck, and we stomped on Kirk Cousins. We got whooped up by Lamar Jackson, and somehow, some way, we beat the Bills. I don't know what team that was, but I don't feel like that was the same team as we've been seeing.
Right. And that's what that's the problem, is that some weeks they show up and they look like the and I keep referring to the 2023 Dolphins, right? Because they were the
Yeah.
good ones as of late. Some weeks they come out and they look like that, or something close to it, and other weeks they look like the 1-17 Cleo Lemon led.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
And honestly, that's the NFL. I
Mhm.
was talking to my brothers this weekend, and I was like, the NFL's kind of sucked this year, and in the way that there's no dominant team. Like
Well,
every team has looked up and down. Every team has looked susceptible to just getting smoked. We just saw the Rams lose to the Panthers.
Yeah, Super Bowl. In my opinion, Super Bowl favorites.
Right? It's crazy. It's.
Yeah, but I will say this though, insane. I actually really enjoy that.
Yeah. No, I do too. But like, it gives me a different perspective for our team.
Yeah,
because it's like when you look at it and you're like, oh, but we're not doing very well, and we're barely winning some games, and like the team looks really good one week and really bad the next, and then you look around the league and you're like, well shit, that's everybody.
Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs might not even make the playoffs, let alone so crazy times in the NFL. And I gotta be honest with you, I think it's great for the brand.
Yeah,
right. I think it's amazing that there isn't a single dominant team where you're like, oh, okay, yeah, they're definitely winning the Super Bowl.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Just one thing, I'm so over Tua, man. I can't watch him play anymore.
Me either.
It's painful.
Yeah, it's bad.
Painful to watch. I would rather see Zach or Quinn. I don't even care who.
Yeah,
I don't even care who.
I agree.
Like,
I agree.
It's like we are winning. I think you put this in the notes here. We're winning in spite of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's like, and I love all the cartoons that have been coming out about like where it's like him dropping the grenade and the rest of the team trying to like cover it up. It's like everybody else on this team is actively doing everything in their power to win this game, and Tua looks like he's literally out there with money on a losing season trying to actively lose this game.
Yeah. Tua constantly steps on his own dick, and that's what's frustrating because I don't think I've seen, at least not in my recent memory. Like I probably could sit there and find an example, but just off the top of my head, I don't think I remember a quarterback in a 2-year span going from what he was 2 years ago to what he is now. I mean, regression is one thing. This is much more than regression. This is so far beyond regression. He sucks at everything. There is not a single thing that anyone can point to that says, well, at least he does.
No.
Right. I mean, okay, at least he shows up to the facility, maybe. I mean, I don't really know.
And he still makes 1 or 2 throws a game where you're like, where the hell did that guy come from?
Yep. Like in this game, when he thread the needle is like a 20-yard pass or whatever to Waddle between 3 defenders, you're like, oh, dude, that's elite. Like that's top NFL elite level accuracy and placement and mechanics. And then the next play, it's like
a pick.
Yeah, it was like, okay, there he is. He's back, fellas.
He's just so inconsistent that even his elite plays don't mean anything because in the next play he's going to do something stupid.
Exactly.
And then one of the last things I'll touch on is Mike McDaniel. It's pouring rain. Achane gets us all the way down to the 11-yard line. Like the sky's opened up at this point, dude. So you're thinking to yourself, okay, just keep running Achane. Like they can't stop him. We throw the ball 3 straight times. And we settle for a field goal.
And that's what I was talking about to you off air is that, the more I watch Tua play, or rather not play, the more I'm starting to lean a lot more into he is definitely the problem.
Yeah.
And Mike McDaniel, it might deserve another chance with another quarterback. Does that make sense?
The problem is that Mike McDaniel won't quit this quarterback, and that's what I want to see to say to you, like, like to agree with you, I'd have to see him bench Tua.
Of course, and I think especially in this game, you saw it. He was calling plays in spite of Tua, as opposed to calling plays through Tua. And there's such a fine balance that I feel like he's in such a shitty situation because he has to account for Tua's confidence. And so he has to feed him plays that he is like, I need you to throw the ball. But on the flip side, it's, I don't trust you to so he's in a no-win situation. And I would really like to see what he does with a quarterback that isn't Tua. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that he deserves another chance next year or whatever the case is, but
there's still enough infuriating play calling for me that I don't love that idea, but I'm coming to grips with the fact that it might happen.
Yeah.
And seeing him start to distanced himself from Tua
Mhm.
gives me a little bit of hope.
Mhm.
But if we come in next season, right, and we have a new GM and we have MMD and Tua again, I'm like, cool. Why did we start this show at this time, Josh?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's still things he needs to clean up, like, his uses of timeouts and his play
In
calling.
4 years, man.
Yeah, I know. And like his situational awareness and getting plays in on time so you don't have to burn timeouts and
Yeah.
challenging the right way. And there's so many, there are things he is learning. He is still a young head coach, but the more I watch this football team, especially this year, the more I'm like, okay, if I had to keep one, I would keep Mike McDaniel over Tua
Oh, easy.
1,000%.
Our chat agreed with us when we asked that question a few weeks ago too. So.
Yep.
Speaking of the chat, let's get to the chat because
Yes.
there's some funny shit going on in here. NWI better have been talking to his agent about who his next team will be. There's 0% chance he's going to be on this team next year.
No, zero.
Yeah, and not a good look for him trying to get another contract somewhere else to have such a bad season.
Yeah.
I'm
coming off a hell of a season though with
Right.
the Titans. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm assuming this is Barry Jackson, the columnist.
Yeah.
I don't know what he said.
I don't either.
At least Minkah balled out. Let's Trent Dilfer this thing. We have the ground game and the D now. Yeah, I mean, we need a coach that's that good though to Trent Dilfer it to help Trent Dilfer it. Yeah. So the annoyed Dolphin in me feels like a loss would have pushed us along to reset. That's kind of that's like the line we're tinkering on. Yeah.
1,000%. And that's what's hard because it's like, okay, we need to lose so that it forces people's hands, aka Ross.
Right.
However, as a Dolphins fan, on the flip side, it's like I don't want to lose.
Nobody wants to lose.
I can't fucking do this, guys. I can't do this.
07 Giants is a good reference. Lived in Tampa for the 2000 Bucks. Yeah. Oh yeah. That was such a good team, dude.
Jesus.
Derek Brooks, Warren Sapp, freaking the Johnson. Brother Barber. Yeah, Johnson.
Yep.
2000 Bucks was a vibe, dude.
Yeah, no kidding, dude. Yeah. Yep. And their defense was nasty.
I don't know if the new coach should keep Weaver. I am still very on the fence with Weaver. I think he still does a lot of stupid shit that I don't really like. And who am I? I'm nobody. But I still am so annoyed by the fact that he drops back people into coverage that probably shouldn't be dropped back in coverage. But he has been dealt one of the worst hands that you have ever seen in terms of the defensive talent on this team. And he turned his, pair of twos and he bluffed it into a winning hand somehow.
Yeah, turned chicken shit into chicken salad.
Yeah. I mean, I again, this is another one I'm coming around to. Beginning of the year, I would have told you Weaver should. I mean, we were all saying,
we did.
Right?
We did.
We're saying cut him. Get rid of him.
I want him gone now. But looking at over the past 5 games, they're a top 5 defense. I mean, I would definitely keep him. I'd give him another year, maybe put some resources back into the cornerback room and see what happens.
The only thing I caution on that is we played 3 really shit quarterbacks in that span.
That's okay.
Hey, let's see.
Still got to do it.
Chris Greer's gone. What a month. What a month, buddy.
I mean, amen.
What a month. Yep. Jorge popped in here somewhere. What's up, Jorge? Welcome to
the
chat,
bud. There he is.
There he is. There he is. Yeah, I think so too. Blazer, you think Shuck played better?
Yeah, statistically for sure. And
he just looked better. I thought.
Well, that's the
hey. We got a new chatter in the house. Welcome to the show, CCRR8029. I'm just gonna call you CC for short, dude, because I can't read that whole thing every time. We were fooled into thinking he was once good. Tua's always been this bad. Hot take.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, look, admittedly, CC, I'm going to call you CC too. Sorry. CR? I don't know. CC sounds kind of weird. CR. I'll go with CR. Admittedly, CR, Anthony and I are both, have been known to be Tua, I don't want to say stands, but Tua supporters.
Sure.
I was a fan of his coming out of college. And I was a fan. Obviously, I felt justified in 2023 where he was leading the league in a lot of major statistics and looked like a very confident, accurate quarterback that had his shit together. And it's been bad ever since. It was like he blew everything for 2023 and everything's been downhill since he got his contract. So I'm with you. now. I think he will be a good backup in this league for a couple of years and maybe get another shot at starting. And maybe that's what he needs. It's as hard as it is to say, as shitty it is because you've put so much time and effort and money into him as a player. I could see him backing up some, Brock Purdy in San Francisco for a year and then getting a chance somewhere else, as a starter and maybe putting it all together.
I could also see him out of the league.
True. Very true. I just think there is a lot of positive there. And we've seen it. I mean, Jamarcus Russell bounced around for a handful of years and he was horrible,
Yeah, Tua's not the same. I'm tired of seeing his play too. At least Achane is freaking awesome.
Jesus, he's so good.
One of his worst games ever, for sure, for sure. We were talking about Mike McDaniel when True Blazer posted this for sure. Jorge, you came in late, bud. We're still going to do the giveaway, so we're going to announce who the winner is next week, and then you'll have to email us to get the deets so we can get your address and all that crap and send you out the stuff. So we'll announce the winner next week, and the email address is in the chat. I think Finspin's smoking something or something over there. Bro, he should have 2 pretty good games. He should have had 4 pretty good games after the last 5 we played some shitty defenses. He is donezo, dude. Yeah, I don't care if Quinn or Wilson can throw or operate the run game. I just don't want to see Tua no more.
I mean, look, right now, I'm going to be honest with you, and this is not intended to sound tongue in cheek. I am not joking or messing around or trying to poke the Tua stance, but I mean, I'd be cool seeing Wilson in there because with our run game and the way our defense has been playing of late, I understand context is key. But you don't need Wilson to do a lot. You just don't need him to throw interceptions. And you don't really need him to throw a lot either. Let's run the ball 30 times like we did against the Saints and just see what happens. Maybe Mike McDaniel, don't put Ollie Gordon in and run that way. How about you run that way with him? Because he's not fast, on the goal line. But I don't know. I'm tired of seeing Tua and Anthony, you say this all the time when you and I talk. There's a defender 10 yards away from him, but he's coming unblocked. Tua freaks out and is like his brain shuts down. Absolutely. How about you throw the ball away instead of taking a sack? Tua, how about that? How about you work on that at least?
Yeah. I agree here. Jury is still deliberating on Weaver in my mind as well. CC, I don't know which quarterback you were watching in college, but I agree with Gator. He was so good in college that Jalen Hurts transferred, legitimately left because he couldn't beat him out. I mean, listen, Tua was good coming out. You can say that you didn't like him, whatever, but that's hindsight at this point.
Yeah, he was definitely good. I mean, he came in that national championship game and put himself on the map for good reason, and then followed it up with very good stats in college. So
literally every fan base in the NFL was tanking for Tua. It was an entire campaign by fans of bad teams.
Yeah, I mean, look, CCR, I don't know. I respect. It's tough, but I want to say CC. It sounds weird. Look, I respect your opinion on Tua. Everyone has it. You're either on one side. I don't think Tua is one of those players where you're either on one side or on the other. There's no down the middle where it's like, no, he's okay. I respect your opinion. I don't agree with it, but I respect. I agree with it now, but I don't agree with him when he was coming out of college.
No, I don't like hindsight warriors, man. Come on, this guy was one of the top 10 quarterbacks coming out that year, whether we took him or not. Yeah. If we didn't take him, the Chargers take him with the next pick. So it's let's not pretend like he wasn't a top 10 talent in college. He's had so many injuries in college and in the NFL. Sure, I'm sure that's had some effect on him. Right now, I agree with you too. I don't think he's good. I don't think he's that good. So let's get into our key takeaways, though. We're not going to sit here and debate with you all night, CC. But thank you for joining us, dude. Hopefully you stick around for the rest of the show. Takeaway number 1, dude. Dolphins 21-17 victory over the New Orleans Saints is that it was a lot of the same after the bye. We didn't really see a different team after the week off. We had an up and down defense for a lot of the game, elite running game that was underutilized. We talked about Tua.
Yep. And
then some coaching mishaps that, have you and I screaming at the TV set and potentially throwing something through it. Thank goodness it was Black Friday. Yes. So I don't know where you want to start on. If I give you 4 topics, if you have one of your own, go for it, dude. To me, I saw a lot of the same after I did not see a different team.
Yeah, I thought yes and no. Right. And I don't like to straddle the fence on a lot of things, but I'll talk out of both sides of my mouth on this one because coming out in the game in the first quarter, I loved what I saw. I was like, oh, okay, we're good here. They were utilizing the tight ends. They were committing to the run. Tua wasn't doing too much. They weren't overcomplicating it. Our defense was playing really well. And then as the game progressed, it got progressively more and more questionable, more so on the offensive side of the ball than on the defensive side. I thought the defense played about as well as you could expect, right? Getting your legs back under you, coming out from a bye. I thought they played very well, with especially given the restraints that they had. I don't know, man. I think the running game is how this is the direction of this team, and I liked that Mike McDaniel seemingly committed to the run. But again, with the frustration, it's okay, you commit to the run, but then when you really should be running the ball, you decide to throw the ball 3 times in a row and you're punting or you're kicking a field goal instead of you're taking points off the board, even when you're putting 3 on because you should have had 7. And I really do think, and not to beat the dead horse with a stick here, but watching this game as the game unfolded, I thought to myself, like in real time, Mike McDaniel is coaching around Tua. And I know I said it earlier. I can't, that was like my biggest takeaway from this game. It's holy shit, the first time this season where I actually, like, it was so noticeable. It jumped off the screen to me. And I don't know, like Tua continues to hamstring this offense. You said it best. I mean, there you go.
Yeah, I got to give a big shout out to Devon Achane. We haven't mentioned it yet, and I'm surprised we haven't mentioned it yet. That's a bad job by us. 1,000-yard season, his first 1,000-yard season. Congratulations there, Devon Achane, absolute beast.
4th player in Dolphins history to ever do that by week 12.
Yeah, insane. The dude is as elite as they come. It's the most elite talent we've had, except for the first year we had Tyreek. I would say was very close. He was absolutely incredible. So on the season, I think Achane has, where is his stats? So hard to find stats on ESPN. Thank you guys for this incredible website. 1,034 yards and 6 touchdowns on the ground. He has 370 receiving with 4 more touchdowns. So 10 total touchdowns and nearly over 1,400 yards on the season. And it's week 13. The rules.
That's fucking great, Abel.
Don't worry about it, all right? I spent all my money on the car. I didn't spend any on the house. Right?
Exactly. And I'll tell you this, I do think, and maybe this is my fanhood, not maybe. This is definitely my fanhood showing, and I'll put it away, fellas. But I think if it weren't for the season that Jonathan Taylor's having, I know Jonathan Taylor had a really bad game this week, but I think Achane would be in the MVP conversation.
The only problem is we're not winning. And they don't vote for losing teams players, unfortunately.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think he's having that good of a year. I think it's incredible to have a player like this. I really hope we don't waste his career. I hope we actually utilize it in the years to come. I wish Mike would lean on him a little bit more. I know there's fans who wish he would lean on him less. Okay. I get it. I hated seeing Jalen Wright in the beginning of the game. I didn't understand that.
Yeah, that was weird. That was strange.
Let's get Jalen. I don't believe in the 3-headed running back monster.
No.
All I think that does is not allow any of them to get any momentum.
Agreed. So I don't want to see Jalen Wright. I'm a Jalen Wright fan.
Yeah,
he's going to be great on another team.
Yeah,
I want to see Achane and Ollie Gordon, and I want to see 2-1.
That's the 1-2 punch. Like, sorry, right? You're not supposed to lose your job to an injury, but you did. Yep. It's just the way it is. Yeah.
And Ollie Gordon has proved time and time again that he is the number 2 back on this team, in my opinion. Yeah, and think about the names that Achane is with now. So there is four times in the history of Miami has a running back surpassed 1,000 yards rushing by week 12. Larry Zonka, Ricky Williams twice, and some guy I can't remember from way back when. Simpson, I think his last name is. I can't remember. That is some absolutely incredible company that Achane is keeping.
Yeah, agreed with Gator here. I mean, we talked about this in previous shows, so we're not going to go too much into it, but I think we both agreed we'd pay him whatever it costs.
Yeah.
I mean,
$20 million a year? Sure, take it.
Yeah, like just give him what he needs. Like you see his whole offense. I will say the defense let me down a little bit in this one because we're not going to talk about it in the next 2 takeaways. Overall, very good game. We talked about Minkah Fitzpatrick had a very good day, but Devon Vele went off on us. And this is a guy who, like, the Broncos traded away in the preseason, and the Saints had him on the practice squad for a little bit. Like, he has not been a big time, part of that offense. He goes for 893 and a score, and like Rasul Douglas couldn't even touch him.
Yeah, he got turned around on that fucking in out. Oh boy,
crazy. I really like Devon Vele, as you know. He's on my dynasty team in our league. But man, I was shocked to see that in the second half.
Did you start him?
Just light him up. No, he's on my practice squad actually.
Yeah, look, I think it's very easy to look at the overall numbers, the high level, and say, "Oh, this defense is so good," and then get down when the cornerback room specifically struggles. Look, at the end of the day, this cornerback room is not good. Rasul Douglas has made plays. Jack Jones, is that his name? I can't remember his first name. Jack Jones.
He looked bad in this one, dude.
He made plays. You have a rookie making plays, but at the end of the day, this is a bottom of the league cornerback room. So I'm not shocked, because I think wide receivers inherently have an advantage running forward as opposed to cornerbacks backpedaling. And so when you have a okay wide receiver versus a mediocre cornerback, the wide receiver is always going to have the advantage, in my opinion. But look at the safety room. Look what the safety room did. Look what that front seven did. That defensive line was all over the place. Chop with 2.5 sacks. Chubb with 1 or 2. I can't remember. 1.5.
1.5 for Chop, 1 for Chubb, and a half for Zeke.
Yeah,
Zeke Bigger's getting in there.
You have Grant and Phillips showing up, right, making plays. I was very happy with, if we get that defensive performance every single week, I'm okay with it. Personally.
Yeah, I mean, again, let up 17 points in the second half to a rookie quarterback, but our offense put us into some of those bad spots. So
yes, they did.
I think overall defense was fairly good. Chop Robinson with a sack and a half. Good on you.
Love it, dude.
Good on you for that. We saw Melifonwu and Ashton Davis both get more involved, and of course, Minkah had a huge day. So it looks like we played more three safety sets, which is something we've been asking for since week 1.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Yeah, he had a pick 2.
Finspin, some no name had to break out every week,
Yeah, every time.
At least we held their rookie running back, Devin Neal or whatever, to nothing.
Yeah, it's either a no-name player has a big game against us, or a starting high-caliber quarterback comes back when they face us for the first time. So
yeah, come on down, Joe Burrow. Can't wait to see you, bud. I'm sure somebody is going to cover Jamar Chase, right?
Yeah. Oh God.
All right, let's go to takeaway number 2, dude. Takeaway number 1 was a lot of the same after the bye. Takeaway number 2 is the end near for Tua? We've talked about a lot about our disdain for his game this week, and our feelings on his performance really the past 2 or 3 weeks has been left a lot on the table, left a lot in the field, I should say. But we've also alluded to the fact that it seems like Mike is starting to kind of plan around him and call games around him, which is this just something we're reading into? Or do you think this is real? Even Taylor said it, and Taylor, I don't know if you're here, delusional Finn fan, but he is very conservative when it comes to saying anything along these lines.
Yes, very much.
Of like Tua potentially being benched or Mike coaching around him. And even he said in our group chat that the play calling was telling about Mike not having trust in Tua.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think, home run comment, Anthony, or setup, I should say, because I do think, I do think it's quite telling, because like I said, like I alluded to a couple minutes ago, I think this was the first game this season where it was so blatantly obvious that Mike McDaniel was coaching around Tua, was coaching in spite of Tua, was calling certain plays in the effort to minimize Tua's impact, or rather lack thereof, on a given play. And I think it's very telling. And I couldn't think of the way to word it, but you said it earlier, where you're like, Mike McDaniel's kind of stepping back from Tua. I forgot how you worded it, but essentially, kind of taking a couple half steps back, putting some distance between them, I think is how you worded it. And I think that's the perfect way to explain it, because that's what it looked like all game. Yeah. Outside of the first, the scripted first couple drives where those come in unless something glaring happens on offense or defense, they stick to those plays. Outside of that, you could tell it was very much the play calling was very suspect. When you have a coach that if a head coach trusts his quarterback, the game call, the game play, and the script and the play calling would be much different.
Yeah, I think when push comes to shove, somebody's always gonna look out for themselves over anybody else. When it comes to your position, your job, whatever. Mike literally had to tie his career to Tua in order to get this job, right? And now for 3 years, he's been talking him up, he's been coaching him up, and he's gotten a lot out of this, out of this quarterback. But if he has any chance of keeping his job, I feel like he needs to start distancing himself from Tua. Because, like, show us what you can do with somebody else, right?
Yeah.
And you don't have a lot of somebody else's. Chris Greer really kind of screwed you again 2 years in a row.
Yeah, dropped a grenade and left.
Yeah. Last year he gave you Skylar Thompson and Tyler Huntley and Mike White. This year he gave you Zach Wilson for $6 million and drafted Quinn Ewers, who nobody when we were on the Fins forecast, none of us like Quinn Ewers as a prospect.
Yeah.
So we take him in the 7th round. So that's your like, what the hell? Who do I hitch my horse to at this point? It's a lose situation for Mike McDaniel from the quarterback perspective. And Finn's been made a great point before. Tua at least knows how to run the running side, the motion side, like the mechanical side of the offense.
Sure.
He knows how to run it really well. But from a passing game perspective, he's been a hindrance. So, like, I don't know. I expected Mike almost to do this sooner, but it's interesting to see him start to do it now. And I don't think we're reading too much into it because a lot of people are saying it in our chat, in our conversations with other Dolphins fans.
National media saying it.
National media, like other Dolphins podcasts. Like, I think it's starting to be more obvious to the naked eye that, like, he is trying to distance himself from the Tua situation.
Very much so. And at this point, and I said it earlier, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I don't know if there's much difference right now, today, between Tua and Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Except Zach Wilson can scramble. He can run.
Can he run the offense is the big question I would have. Because he had a lot of problems with that in New York, and it'd be like, hey, man, if you can't come out and get a play called and get a handoff done, then I don't want to see you out there, right? Like, I'd rather have the no arm Tua out there.
Yeah.
At that point.
Well, right, and I don't know. I think I'm just so beyond fed up with Tua. I don't care who's in there. Run the Wildcat all game. I don't care. I just don't want to see him out there. And I don't know if I'm feeling that way because I'm jaded, or because I'm pissed, or because my ego is hurt as a podcaster, where I put a lot of faith and a lot of vibrato into who he is as a quarterback and banging the tape. You guys are wrong. Tua's the guy. Oh, and holy shit, was I wrong, because he is not the guy. And I don't know if it's him, if it's the situation, if he needs to change his scenery, because look, I've said it on the show. I do genuinely believe in when a player is struggling or in a bad situation, sometimes a change of scenery is exactly what you need. And I don't know if Tua goes to the West Coast or goes to somewhere like Pittsburgh, where it's very militant, right? Or somewhere else.
If he couldn't handle Flores, he's not handling Tomlin.
Bad example. But Tomlin might not be there, right? I'm just saying,
that's
right?
True. That's true.
But or go into a backup role somewhere where he doesn't have the pressure. Let him reset, kind of hard reset his mind, work on his mechanics, and get some new coaching, some new quarterback coaching, and so on and so forth. And maybe he can get his career back on track. But it's not going to be in Miami. I understand from a salary cap standpoint and from a contract standpoint, he's most likely going to be on this team next year, unless we say fuck it and eat a shitload of his money and we're just blow the whole thing up and we're ripping this thing down to the studs. And in that case, we might pay somebody to take him, because I guarantee you there will be some teams that will raise their hand for Tua. It'll just depend on how much we're willing to spend.
I better hope they're not a cold weather team.
Well,
just saying. Let's hit up the chat. Jorge says QB2 is buying himself out of Miami. Sure looks like it. Yep. Finspin actually called Tua out on a short. I am surprised to see this, Finspin. I really am.
Yes.
You are a Tua stand through and through, and I appreciate you for that.
Amen.
Yeah, so mobility. He doesn't even know what that word is, bro.
No, he can't even stand still, let alone be mobile.
Yeah. Is Smith playing? Playing? Oh my God!
There we go. Let's try. Talk about short circuiting. All right, you're benched.
Is he calling plays? I didn't think he was, but yeah. Last 4 games, 2 TDs, 4 interceptions.
No, Smith, I can almost guarantee you is not calling plays, even though he came from the box down to the
he's
sideline.
down on the field now. I know that much, but yeah, I don't think
Mike McDaniel is definitely the play caller.
Costa thinks you're insane for your Wilson take. You must like MILFs too. The frustrating thing should be easy to know when to abandon the pass game. If he's off during his first 5 to 8 passes, he'll be off all game. Yeah, the opposite also holds true. True. He's pretty much been off
every game. Except for the Buffalo game and the Atlanta game. But I'll say this, like, what happens when teams finally say screw it and start packing the box again? Because they know that our only strength is our running back, plural.
Like they did last year, right?
Right. And then forced to we're screwed if they start doing that. I mean, I know Achane is a god amongst men on this team, but there's only so much one person can do, you know?
I mean, this week we get the Jets and then the Steelers and then the Bengals. So like,
Jets aren't going to be a cakewalk like we thought they were, man. I know Tyrod Taylor's now starting, and they traded away 2 of their 3 big players. Sauce,
and somehow they're playing better after that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
insane.
Yep.
And they lost. Wilson's out for the year. The receiver, I forget his name, Garrett Wilson.
IR.
They traded away Sauce Gardner to the Colts, and they traded away the defensive tackle to the Cowboys.
Who's having a fucking?
I mean, I thought the Cowboys were idiots, but
Quinn Williams. Yeah,
apparently not.
Quinn Williams, but the wide receiver they got back from the Colts, rookie out of Texas. I'm blanking on his name. Not Adonai Mitchell, but the other guy. The other Texas wide receiver, I believe it was.
Well, Adonai's been playing well for them, unlike the Colts. I don't know who their receivers are. I'll be honest.
No, but the guy they got back in that Sauce trade is their number.
It was Mitchell they got back in the Sauce trade.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, he's playing really good for them, like really, really well for them. And I don't know, man. Oh, here we go. What's this? Offered 3 firsts for both. Yeah, well, there you go.
Okay. Insider information, apparently. Sauce got hurt yesterday. Imagine Marino with Achane. I mean,
bro. But I mean, Marino didn't have any scrubs either, man, at the running back position. Imagine prime Marino on this team. Now we're talking.
I mean, it wasn't mobile either. We'd have to really set up a good offense.
He was the best. He would be the best passer in this league, I think. With the rules now at quarterback, because back then you could run him over with a truck and not get a fucking whistle.
All right, last takeaway from this game, dude. You ready for it?
Let's do it.
This one really, I know I wrote this one, but it gets me in the feels. I don't know whether or not to feel good about the team. And I titled this "To Feel Good or Not to Feel Good." That is the question. We've won 4 of our last 5, but the last 2 wins were ugly as hell against bad teams that we should have crushed. Now, I know that Washington almost took out the Broncos on a Sunday night, which was an incredible game, by the way.
It was so good. It was such a good game.
But we were playing such a half of a team that Washington was fielding. They're obviously very well coached. And then New Orleans, right? We were up 16-0. We should win this game easily, and then we end up having to scrape by the skin of our teeth. So I'm going to start with a question. I have a series of questions for you on this one. What are we feeling good about in this current streak? In the 4 out of 5, we've won 4 out of 5 games. What do you feel good about in that streak?
Yeah, for me, it's 2 things. It's the way Achane continues to run. Right. I think it is well known that he is the focal point of this offense. Teams are, I'm assuming, game planning accordingly. At least you hope, or rather hope that they aren't doing it, but they probably are. And he's still producing. And the way this defense has turned around, I think seeing our young defensive rookies, our young defensive players, Phillips getting traded allowed Chop to be on the field a lot more. He's starting to show back up. Chubb is still producing. I really like what I'm seeing from this defense, from Weaver's defense. And there are still some things that need to be cleaned up. There are still some issues from time to time, but overall, I mean, again, statistics don't lie. They're a top 5 defense over the last 5 years, over the last 5 weeks.
Over the last 5 years.
They are a top
4
5. I
score in
wish.
5 years ago.
Yeah. And so I think, picking one from everything, right? It's the defense as a whole, our young players on that side of the ball coming together, and Achane.
Yeah, I think it's Achane for me for sure, like without a doubt. Just seeing him blossom into a running back we thought he could be in his rookie year when we were only getting to see flashes of him, kind of gotten, all the talk with him was that he was too small, right? Same thing with Christian McCaffrey when Christian McCaffrey came out. He's too small. He's going to be injured all the time. He's never going to be on the field, blah, blah, blah. I mean, he's kind of debunked that, right? I mean, he's been on the field a ton.
Yep.
We give him more and more opportunities every single year. So, I mean, Achane's just the biggest and the biggest thing for me. That's the biggest positive I can see. I like what the defense is doing, but I'm nervous that it's a bit of a mirage.
Sure. And you very well could be right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, good to see Minkah back, though.
Very much so.
Good to see. I don't know if
I hope he stays. I kind of hope he stays. I know he won't, but I want him to.
I mean, if I were him, I probably wouldn't, but you never know. He might stay.
Maybe depending on what GM we get in and maybe, conversations are had, maybe he likes the direction that we're in.
So what we feel good about, though? What do we feel bad about during this streak? I mean, we've won 4 or 5, but some of it feels icky. Go ahead.
Pick me. Tua. Tua. I feel horrible. I feel like I got punched in the dick multiple times every time I watch Tua.
Yeah.
I think the glaringly obvious answer to this is Tua's play at the quarterback position. I will also say this. I have not really enjoyed Mike McDaniel as a whole. I know last couple games there have been some positive. He committed to the run a lot more. He's using the 6th offensive lineman like we've been begging him to do. I get it. I just and I say this with caveat with the big giant asterisk because again he is hamstrung with Tua. However, that does not excuse a lot of the other things that he has or rather has not done.
Yeah, I think obviously Tua is the number one answer in this situation. Injuries, dude. And it just always seems to be the same guys getting injured. That's the problem I have with the situation. Is there a lack of preparation? Is there a lack of treating your body right? Like, what's the deal? Why are the same guys getting hurt all the time? The cornerback room, which we knew would be a problem even before we lost our so-called starters, has been a pretty big problem. So I think that's where kind of my gripes with this team I don't have a lot. Obviously, we won 4 games, right? It's hard to have a lot of gripes outside of Tua playing like absolute dog shit. There's not a lot else going on here. Well, what do you guys think about this? What's your good and your bad for this current streak? Because we're about to dive into more, but we're going to do the rest of the season. So give me what you liked and didn't like about this streak, and then give us future games because that's what we're about to dive into, Josh. Yes. What would make you feel good about this team? How do they finish the season to make you feel good about potentially not just the team, but potentially keeping the coach? And you could do both, one with and one without keeping the coach.
Yeah, look, I mean, if the coach stays, I'll be okay with it. It's not what I would choose. It's not what I would do. But if the decision is to give Mike McDaniel another run, assuming he's not back with Tua as the starter, Tua might be on the team, but Tua as not the starter, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
What do I need to see? I just need to see competent coaching. I need to see from the offensive side of the ball specifically. I need to see us continue to identify what is working, aka heavy sets, extra offensive linemen, 2 tight end sets, running back, feed the running backs, continue to feed the running backs. And when you think you fed them too much, feed them one more time. And from the defensive side of the ball, I want to see consistency. I understand we're 4 out of 5. That's amazing. We have 2 very winnable games leading up into Cincinnati, which is probably no longer very winnable at this point with Joe Burrow coming back. Although their offensive line is hot garbage. So maybe our defense can step up, but I just want to see competent play. If we win out or we win 2 or 3 and we get to 10-7 or we get to 11-5 6. Quick math sucks. That's amazing. I'll be singing from the rafters. That's great. But if we lose every game, I'm still going to be looking at player evaluation. Who are the foundational pieces? Because to me, there is nothing that can happen this year outside of winning the Super Bowl. And even then, where I would think, okay, some serious changes need to be made. I will say this. There is an asterisk. Sorry, Anthony. There is an asterisk. Seeing Mike McDaniel with a new GM intrigues me. A competent GM, somebody that doesn't bring in injured veterans, injured rookies, and sign cornerbacks 3 days before the preseason starts, and who ends up being a starter, aka Rasul Douglas.
You mean somebody that tells Mike what he's getting, not asks Mike what he wants?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that intrigues me a little bit.
I will say the one thing that would make me extremely happy about this season is to beat the Patriots in Week 18.
Oh man,
I don't even care if they're benching starters. Beat the damn Patriots in Week 18. We should have beat them in Week 2.
We should have
beat them in Week 2. Beat them in Week 18. The best we can do this year is 10-7. It's absolutely mind blowing that we could still be 10-7. By the way, I just can't even fathom that.
It's nuts.
And it's doable. That's the crazy part. We got the Jets, the Steelers, the Bengals, the Buccaneers, who suddenly look like ass, and then we got the Patriots. Like, who says you couldn't beat those 5 teams?
Yeah, 4 out of those 5 teams are not cakewalks, though.
What I really want to see is the defense win us those games. I want to see the defense be for real.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong. Prove my hesitation wrong. And say, no, we are actually the defense that beat Josh Allen and beat him handily, right? We're actually the defense who made Kirk Cousins look like he hasn't played football in 20 years, right? Like, if the defense, especially like letting the youngsters go, like let Chop eat, bro. If Weaver can like just let the defense do a little bit more, a little more aggressive. He came out aggressive in the Saints game, by the way, and then in the second half went totally conservative. Absolutely mind-blowing.
I can't stand it.
That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. I don't even care about the record. I don't care about the record.
Yep.
I want to see the defense stay in the top 10 of the league over these last 5 games. Because I don't care about the offense anymore, right? We know what it is. It's Achane. Achane's going to potentially get 2,000 yards total. He's gonna. I mean, he might come close to 20 touchdowns if we keep giving it to him.
I mean, yeah.
He's at 10 right now, so that's a bit of a stretch. But 15 is very doable. So I know what the offense is. But man, if the defense can keep playing that way, that would be something.
What would you want to see from the coaching staff? And what do you want to see in the coaching staff to finish the year on both sides?
Well, in offense, I want to see them stop leaning onto it in situations where you don't need to lean onto it. Like if Achane got you all the way down to the 11-yard line, keep giving it to Achane. Don't let one time getting stuffed at the line deter you. It drives me batty.
Of course, we said the same thing when they went for it 4 times on the 2-yard line, and
I was okay with that one.
Yeah, no, so was I. It's just it
didn't work out, which sucked,
right?
But we've seen the screen game be pretty much eliminated from the offense. Thank fucking God. I hope, knock on wood.
Yeah, they're listening.
Jesus Christ. So the screen game has been pretty much eliminated as a tool for the run game, whatever the fuck that meant.
An extension. You got to say it right.
An extension of the run game. Sorry. We're using the tight ends. Dolchik and Waller were both involved. Not heavily, but we didn't throw the ball a lot. Yep. Julian Hill was involved and actually looked like Jillian Hill again, unfortunately.
Oh, my God, that drop, dude. Hit him right in the chest.
And on defense, I want to see him be aggressive and stay aggressive. We do not have the tools to sit back and see what the offense is going to do, right? Like, with the tools we have on defense, I feel like you have to be aggressive and hope you don't get burned.
Yeah. When you're expected to lose, you don't play. You play to win, not play to lose. You know what I mean? Or not to lose, whatever the saying is.
Exactly. All right, last one, dude. What would make us feel bad to see in the future games? We got 5 games left. At the end of the year, you feel like shit because what happened?
Everything collapsed. They stopped doing what is working and are puts. For example, they stop running the ball. They put the ball into his hands and say, "Go win us a game." Weaver stops being aggressive and leading the league, or is a top, defensive caller in the league when it comes to blitzes. We're a top blitzing team. we should remain a top blitzing team because, to your point, the longer we make our cornerbacks cover, the worse it gets. So send people, put hands in front of faces, and make it uncomfortable for the quarterbacks because unfortunately our cornerbacks can't cover for that long. They can do it very well for a second and a half. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, yeah. So sometimes they even get a stick at the line. That's nice. Agreed though. I think, if this is our last win of the season, that would be hugely disappointing.
Yeah.
We would end up 5-12. And many people might be excited because we'll end up with a probably top 6 pick.
That's not what would excite me. That would mean we're definitely rebuilding.
True. Yeah. I think we kind of are definitely rebuilding. We're not. I think we are. When you need a quarterback, you're in a rebuild, in my opinion. Which I think we need a quarterback. So I think the opposite of what I just said before. Coaching goes back to reverts back to screen plays, the super conservative defense. We don't run the ball. Like, all of that crap would really annoy me. Losing to the Jets, Jesus Christmas,
and
that
Pittsburgh.
would annoy me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh doesn't annoy me as much as the Jets, though. Although Aaron Rodgers I can't stand, but losing to the Tyrod Taylor-led Jets, come on.
Yeah, he threw. Aaron Rodgers threw Jonnu Smith under the bus multiple times after this last game.
Jonnu, come back. All right, let's get to the chat. We did ask them a bunch of questions, and then we said, see, we're not talking to you no more. So let's go and check them out. Let's see. They're talking about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Dreaming of a white Christmas. Dolphins fall short of the playoffs run, or will they get lucky? Minkah sounded like he's here, and he likes the guys he's playing with. That's good. I didn't know his family's here year-round, so that's nice. I don't know, Gator. Maybe not. The corners may not be consistent enough.
No, I would say they're not.
Yeah. Minkah did cause the fumble. He recovered. Yeah, Minkah had a day.
He had himself a hell of a day.
The bad for true Blazers is that they keep winning games like Washington and New Orleans that will allow Ross to keep the band together. CC does not give a shit. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. The Finns won't break. They're going to shatter our hearts until in week 18. Or the divisional round. Exactly. We will lose if we have to win against the Patriots in week 18 to get into the playoffs. That's a guaranteed loss.
We'll put lose all of your money on field goal.
Yeah. Abel's dream scenario is to go 10-7 to make the playoffs and still fire Mike and get rid of 2.
Yes. Amen. Abel, if this happens, I would be ecstatic.
That would be funny. True Blazers, some of the young players getting plenty of reps and experience. Yeah, for sure. It was good to see Zeke Biggers get half a sack. That was awesome.
That was really cool. He was excited too.
Yeah, I think that the interior defensive line with some better coaching could be incredible.
A top 5 unit, like we said at the beginning of the season.
I don't know who the D-line coach is, but we may need to change there. Joe Burrow will probably have a career day versus but if you get pressure on Joe, he's human. He's human. I wouldn't take too much out of the Steelers game. He's coming back from injury, facing a division rival in the Steelers, and Aaron Rodgers likes to talk shit. I don't know. I don't. We'll see what we see on.
I'd say Chase has a better chance at blowing up than Joe Burrow versus us.
Benito Jones is 28.
Yeah.
Thanks to Josh for that. I just put our own name up on the thing.
Yeah, look at you. So, go team.
Legend. Conspiracy theory, Fuaga's huge and badly timed penalties were him trying to help his Ploy brothers who still have a chance. Oh, hell. This is the defensive player for the Saints. I was like, who the hell is he talking about? But Kosa's the biggest Waller fan I know.
Yeah.
He really is.
Yes. And rightfully so, man. When he's on the field, he's a difference maker.
Patriots, maybe last year's Broncos in week 18. I do not remember what happened there, to be honest. You have to remind me on that one.
It's okay. I'm going against the number 1 team in our dynasty league, and I'm up by 22 points. And the only player he has left is not Ramondre Stevenson, the other guy.
Oh, Travion
Henderson.
Oh, so you're playing your brother.
Yeah.
Austin Clark is our D-line coach. Who is a really good question.
Yeah.
I do not know.
Somebody. That's a guy.
Do not know who that is. All right, so our 3 takeaways from this game, guys. A lot of the same after the bye. We didn't really see much change in this team. Is the end of Tua near? Mike McDaniel seemingly coaching around Tua Tagovailoa now. So we're winning in spite of him instead of because of him. And then takeaway number 3, do we feel good as fans or do we feel bad as fans? We're in a really torn situation. We started the season, 1-7 or something along those lines.
Just
and now
like last year.
Now we're 5-7. So it's difficult to know what to feel right now. So I appreciate you all joining us on that journey through our reactions. Let's get into our legends and letdowns, which we've talked so much about the guys that we're about to talk about in legends and letdowns. We're probably just going to zip through this.
Yes.
But in the chat, give us your legends and give us your letdowns, as many as you want. As many as you want.
We
Go
will
nuts.
read them all.
Yeah,
Yes.
We'll read every single one of them. So now's your chance to shine. But if we're going to get into ours, I'm going to actually throw it to Josh, since we didn't actually divvy these up between the two of us. I'll let you have first pick, my friend.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, I think the clear and obvious pick is Devon Achane as the legend. I mean, 1,000-yard rusher, was 132 yards, I think, on the ground.
Yes. Yep.
Amazing day and for an amazing player.
Yeah, absolutely. Mine goes to Minkah Fitzpatrick. Clutch turnover. He had a 2-point conversion return for a touchdown. He forced a fumble. I mean, Minkah was all over the place. I think he was second on the team in tackles or third on the team in tackles. I have to take a look at that. Third on the team in tackles, 7 tackles, a sack, an interception, and a 2-point conversion
and a forced fumble.
And a forced fumble. Yeah. So
did everything.
A fantastic day for Minkah Fitzpatrick. So I think we have one more, so I'll throw it over to you.
And it's the defensive front 7 and kind of the overall late game defensive effort, 4th down stop, pick 2 for Minkah, just really holding it down.
Yeah. On the letdown side of things, 2 is the easy one, but I'm actually going to go with the coaching staff getting away from the running back for long stretches of the game. Nothing was more infuriating than watching Achane get 8 yards a clip and then not be in the game or not be given the ball. Not be given a chance to keep things going.
Fun stat about this, Anthony.
Yeah.
Achane had 9 runs, and there was a 9-run stretch where he averaged 9 yards per run, and we stopped going to him. I think he had 3 touches in the 3rd quarter.
That has shades of Waller's first game with us, where he caught 4 in a row for 40 yards and a touchdown or 2 touchdowns, and we were like,
forget about it. Let's try again.
Yeah, we don't really need to throw. And then afterwards, Mike McDaniel's like, "Oh yeah, that was on purpose."
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
Dude.
Over to you. Letdowns, my friend.
Yeah, Tua's on the list, but the passing game ineffectiveness, right? The whole game, and again, that kind of leans into Tua, but just play design, accuracy, execution, I mean, just bad all around.
Yeah, I mean, not getting Waller more involved is crazy. He had 3 targets on the day. Malik Washington was heavily targeted for some reason.
He was the most targeted wide receiver, right?
Second to Waddle. Yeah. And I really like Malik. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know what the offense is doing. I don't know what the identity of the passing game is. I know what the running game is, but I couldn't tell you what the identity of the passing game is at this point.
Yeah, same.
And then, of course, our last one is Tua. We don't need to go into any more details about that. If you listen to the rest of the show, you know exactly what our feelings are on Tua. So let's see what the boys in the chat think. Finn's been giving us a reminder that the Broncos had to win for us to get in, and they played all their backups and got walloped. Yes, I do remember that. But more vividly, I remember Tyreek quitting in the middle of the Jets game. And why all his teammates didn't lose respect for him then and there, I don't know. Jorge says the letdown is Tua and the legend is Achane. Absolutely.
Nailed it.
Biggest letdown for Kosa was playing down to inferior competition. Yeah, that's a really good one.
A lot. Yep.
Really good one. And Finn's been 100%. All about that NWI disaster.
Jesus.
Playing scared of the football on the onside kick recovery. Crazy. Yeah. Us too, Kosa. I think, in the first half, it looked like this is exactly what we were going to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought. What did we? I think I had us walloping them like 33-17 or something like that.
We both had multi-touchdown wins.
I felt very good about it in the first half.
Yeah, first half felt great. Thought I was going to be a genius. Ended up being an idiot, but we already knew that. So we're good. Abel likes Kosa's take too. Yeah, let's put it up again. This is a fantastic take.
It is fantastic
because this is exactly what we do.
Mm-hmm. We're notorious for it.
We beat a Falcons team that nobody gave us a chance against. We beat a Bills team that certainly nobody gave us a chance against. And then we barely scraped by a Commanders team that's missing more than half of its starters, and a Saints team that has 2 wins, and I don't even know how they got those.
No, by luck.
Yeah. Abel says his legend is Minkah, and the letdown is the coaching staff. Yeah, coaching is still leaving a lot to be desired, unfortunately.
On offense. Coaching staff on offense.
It's a real bummer, though. I was kind of hoping to see on offense, I see. I'm kind of hoping to see, like, the coaching staff at least continue to be consistent and be good and give us some hope when the players that they're coaching aren't necessarily, like, getting the job done.
And I guess you could technically say they are, because, again, 4 out of 5. They're doing it in spite of some of the less talent on this team. So, got to give props where props are due.
All right, man. That's it for tonight. What a fantastic show. Dolphins beat the New Orleans Saints 21-17 to improve to 5-7 on the season. We have 5 games left, guys. That means 10-7 is on the table. Will we do it? Well, we have to watch and find out. Big thank you to everybody who is tuning in today. Really appreciate you coming into the show and checking us out. Don't forget that we are doing a giveaway, right? So we hit 99 subscribers, one shy of 100. Cece, if you want to subscribe, bro, that would be great. Just saying, you might be the 100th subscriber.
You might be the 100th subscriber.
That would be amazing. But we're going to do a giveaway. Next show, we'll announce who the winner is. We're going to do like a randomizer on the internet, on the interwebs, and we'll let you know who the winner is in the next show. Of course, the next show is not far away. It's on Wednesday because we have a Jets game to talk about. Miami takes on the New York Jets in the Meadowlands for our season finale against the division opponent known as the Jets. They are playing better. We are playing better. This will be a very different game than the first matchup, although the first matchup, you could argue, was pretty close as well. So shout out to all of you in the chat. Abel, Kosa, Finspin, Jorge.
CC.
Who did I miss?
CC. Hell yeah.
Right. I didn't see Block Guy yet, but we'll say shout out to him too. Gator.
Yep.
Frozen Fin Fan, always a shout out to him because he's a friend of the show.
Yeah, and delusional.
Yep. And delusional Fin Fan.
Yep. We got a lot. It's a good position to be in.
Yeah, if you missed any of our points today, guys, of course, we are going to cut up the show into both shorts and to segments. So whatever your viewing pleasure, you can go ahead and watch it in a shorter version so you don't have to watch the full hour and 15-minute show and all of our ramblings. We will put it into shorter, more manageable segments for you. Of course, if you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do. It helps the show grow so much. The more you like the show, the more it shows other people our show, and then those people could potentially subscribe, and then we hit our goals, and it's a fantastic journey.
Yeah, we do giveaways, and it's fun for everyone.
Also, hope you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving. The Thanksgiving games were amazing. I love football season. I'm sad that it's coming very quickly to an end.
However, that does not mean that our podcast is coming to an end.
Podcast will stick around.
Yes,
we will find stuff to talk about, even when there's nothing to talk about.
Yes,
because we like to talk.
Accepted.
Yeah. Once again, thank you all. That's it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us. For Josh, aka Aqua Ace, over this way, I'm Anthony Pinzone. This has been another episode of the 305 Gridiron. We will see you on Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. CC, I expect to see you there, buddy.
Yes, please.
But thank you all once again, and until Wednesday, fins up, baby.